And let's go straight to the reporter of that story. Xu Zhaoqing, you just said that the advancement of the internet is moving quicker than ever, especially here in China. What are the basic facts around that?
Actually, the basic fact is just so impressive that nobody could deny that how Chinese people are fond of the internet. As I said in the previous story, the increase of the netizens number is actually tremendous, and the following number seem even more fabulous. There were actually 2.23 million websites running in China last year, which was more than 2,000 times what it was in 1997. Actually, it showed here. And also, let me give you a few more figures to prove that the development is actually faster than ever. More than 90% of the internet uses broadband, and nearly 250 million use mobile phones to get online. So it's quite ordinary that we can see people using mobile phones at the terminal of the airport and on the underground. Actually, they're not sending message, but many of these people are surfing the internet. So in the last 16 years, the average growth rate of the added value of the Chinese IT industry grew at over 26% every year. So 10 years ago, the industry's portion in the national economy was actually less than 1%, and now it's more than 10. So these are not just some boring statistics. They make China among the top of the developing country in developing and popularizing the internet. Back to you, James.
Oh, Xu Zhaoqing, these numbers are incredible. It shows that the country is really moving very, very quickly. But China is still a developing country, and as such, the development of the internet is obviously impacted. As a reporter, you're on the road most of the time, going all the way through the country. What can you tell us about some of the internet access in different parts that you go to?
Yes. First, let me give you several other figures so that we are more clear with the current situation. The eastern part of the country is much more developed than the western part. About 40% of the people in the east are able to get access to the internet, while in the western part the number is only 21.5%. The gap between the number of urban and rural users is even wider. More than 70% of the users are in the city, and the rest are in the countryside. The computer and the mobile phones are just ordinary necessities for the people living in the city, especially in the eastern part of the country. But if you go to some places in the western part, if you go to the countryside, you may find that some of the students over there have never seen a computer, so let alone surfing the internet. Actually, even if there is one or two computers in these schools, they're used ones or second-hand ones donated from the people, from the east. So China still get to work harder, even harder, to narrow that so-called digital gap between the different regions, and especially between the cities and the urban areas. Since the development of the internet conforms to the country's policy of reform and opening up, there is no doubt that the progress will be made for the further development of the internet. Back to you, James.